0, let's be honest. Most men think they can read women, but the truth is very few ever truly understand what's happening 0:077 seconds behind her eyes. You might be sitting there thinking she's casual, 0:11 seconds indifferent, or just friendly. But there's a hidden side here, side most men never notice that signals much deeper. If she shows certain behaviors, 0:21 seconds, the ones most men dismiss as coincidence or overreaction, you need to pay attention. These are the subtle, almost 0:28 seconds invisible signals that reveal she's obsessed with you. Not in a creepy way, 0:33 seconds, but in a way that her mind and emotions are quietly, constantly locked on you. 0:39 seconds, think about the last time you noticed a woman texting you out of nowhere. Not because she needed something, not because she had a reason, but just 0:47 seconds because she wanted to see your name pop up on her phone. That tiny thrill she feels, that little flutter in her chest, 0:54 seconds, that's obsession. And it's not always obvious. She won't come out and say it. She won't scream it from the rooftops, 1:011 minute, 1 second, but her energy, her attention, and her focus will start bending toward you in ways you didn't even realize were possible. Here's the thing most men get wrong. Obsession isn't loud. It's quiet. 1:141 minute. 14 seconds sits in the pauses, the hesitations, the small, seemingly insignificant gestures. 1:201 minute, 20 seconds when she laughs a second longer at your jokes than anyone else's. When she remembers the tiniest detail about your life. When she shows up just a little too often in the spaces you occupy. 1:291 minute, 29 seconds, these aren't coincidences. These are signs. Her subconscious is already hooked on you. She's thinking about you when you're not around. She's imagining 1:381 minute, 38-second scenarios in her mind where you're closer, where you notice her, where she matters more to you than anyone else. 1:461 minute, 46 seconds, and if you're not paying attention, 1:481 minute, 48 seconds, you'll miss it. Most men get obsessed with what's visible, the likes, the texts, the obvious signs. But obsession 1:551 minute, 55 seconds lives in the invisible, in the quiet moments that never make sense until you learn to see them. She's watching your habits, studying your routines, figuring 2:042 minutes for seconds out how to slip into your world seamlessly. And here's the kicker. She'll do it without ever admitting it. 2:112 minutes, 11 seconds, that's why most men think they're in control, when in reality, she's already mentally running scenarios where you're hers. And here's what separates the 2:202 minutes, 20 seconds clueless from the men who can truly recognize it. Understanding the psychology behind her actions. Women are 2:272 minutes, 27 seconds wired to express attachment in ways men don't always understand. When she's subtly obsessed, she's not just thinking. 2:342 minutes, 34 seconds about you. She's emotionally priming herself to be present in your life, to anticipate your moves, to make herself 2:412 minutes, 41 seconds unforgettable. It's an invisible gravitational pull. And if you learn to recognize it, you'll see patterns no one 2:482 minutes, 48 seconds else can. Now, I'm not saying every woman who texts you randomly or remembers small details is obsessed. But there's a threshold, a cluster of 2:572 minutes, 57-second behaviors that together paint a clear picture. And once you know what to look for, you'll never miss it again. Obsession isn't just about attention. 3:063 minutes, 6 seconds, it's about the way she reacts to you without thinking. The tiny, almost involuntary things that slip through her 3:143 minutes, 14 seconds carefully maintained mask. Have you noticed her mirroring your gestures? The way she leans when you lean, laughs when. 3:213 minutes, 21 seconds you laugh, even subconsciously copies your tone or words. That's her mind syncing with yours. It's a subtle psychological imprint that most men 3:303 minutes, 30 seconds overlook. But it's one of the clearest signs she's emotionally fixated on you. 3:3:53 minutes. 35 seconds she's calibrating herself to you, making herself feel familiar, comfortable, and safe in your presence. Even if you don't 3:4:33 minutes, 43 seconds consciously notice it. Then there's the way she pops into your digital world. 3:4:73 minutes. 47 seconds not just with texts or DMs, but by showing up where she knows you'll see her. Maybe it's in comments, in stories, 3:5:53 minutes. 55 seconds are at events you didn't even expect. 3:5:73 minutes. 57 seconds she's positioning herself in your reality, creating micro moments that remind you she exists, that she matters. 4:0:44 minutes, 4 seconds, and here's what's fascinating. Most men will mistake this for coincidence. But when it happens repeatedly in a pattern that seems almost orchestrated without 4:1:24 minutes, 12 second swords, you're witnessing obsession in action. Her mind is running on autopilot, circling back to you in ways that are both deliberate and 4:2:14 minutes, 21 seconds subconscious. And let's not ignore the emotional side. Women who are secretly obsessed will invest emotionally before 4:2:84 minutes, 28 seconds, they even admit it to themselves. She'll feel highs and lows based on your mood. For 3:34 minutes, 33 seconds your attention, you're present if she tells herself it's just friendship or casual. That tension, that spike of excitement when you reach out, or the 4:4:24 minutes, 42-second pang of disappointment when you're distant, is her brain creating emotional loops around you. She's not consciously 4:4:94 minutes, 49 seconds calculating it. It's instinctive and it's powerful. It's the kind of attachment most men will never see unless they know exactly what to look. 4:5:74 minutes, 57-second fur. Notice how she engages when you speak about your life. Does she ask questions that dig deeper than surface-level interest? Does she remember the things you casually mentioned weeks ago? 5:0:85 minutes. 8 seconds, that's her mind filing away every piece of data, building a map of you so she can understand, anticipate, and subtly 5:1:55 minutes. 15 seconds influence your world. Most men think this is normal friendliness, but it's not. It's an obsessive focus cloaked in empathy designed to make her feel 5:2:45 minutes, 24 seconds closer, connected, indispensable. And the way she handles silence says it all. 5:3:05 minutes, 30 seconds. A woman who's casually interested will disappear when she doesn't hear from you. But a woman who's obsessed will find ways back in subtly without confrontation. She'll create threads, 5:4:15 minutes, 41 seconds, leave small markers, or even just linger on your social media posts. It's like she's constantly orbiting you, making sure she's never entirely out of reach. 5:5:05 minutes, 50 seconds, and here's the truth. The more she does it unconsciously, the more she's genuinely fixated on you. You might be thinking, this seems intense. How do I 5:5:95 minutes, 59 seconds of in know if it's real? The answer is pattern recognition. Look for clusters, 6:0:36 minutes, 3-second gestures, digital presence, emotional investment, and subtle mirroring. One alone might be coincidence. But when these behaviors combine and repeat, 6:1:36 minutes, 13-second theory, not imagining it. She's obsessed. 6:1:66 minutes, 16 seconds, and recognizing this is the first step to understanding the real dynamics of attraction, attention, and desire. Most 6:2:36 minutes, 23 seconds men don't realize how powerful their presence is in a woman's mind. You might think a text, a compliment, or even just your vibe is insignificant, but to her. 6:3:36 minutes, 33 seconds, every interaction is a spark that either ignites or dims the obsession she's quietly nurturing. Women don't obsess 6:4:06 minutes, 40 seconds over men randomly. There's a trigger, and the way you behave, the way you hold yourself, even the energy you project can subconsciously pull her in deeper 6:4:96 minutes, 49 seconds without her realizing it. Think about it. When you show confidence, when you make decisions that seem unshakable, she's 6:5:66 minutes, 56 seconds starts replaying moments in her mind where she interacted with that energy. 7:0 17 minutes. 1 second that small conversation you had, she's replaying it at 2 a.m., analyzing every word, every expression, wondering how 7:0 87 minutes, 8 seconds she could be closer. How she could stand out, how she could make herself unforgettable. Your presence doesn't just affect her in the moment. I see 7:177 minutes. 17 seconds creates emotional loop in her mind that pull her back toward you again and again. And here's what most men miss. 7:247 minutes. 24 seconds. You don't have to be overtly romantic for this to happen. In fact, obsession often grows quietly from small, subtle 7:3 17 minutes. 31 seconds. Use a brief compliment, a shared laugh. The way you notice something about her before anyone else does. These tiny validations are like fuel. They 7:407 minutes. 40 seconds make her feel seen, appreciated, and emotionally aligned with you. Each moment adds a layer, and suddenly she's thinking about you in ways she never expected. She's imagining scenarios, 7:527 minutes, 52-second rehearsing conversations, wondering what it would be like if things were different if you noticed her more. But the most fascinating and dangerous part, 8:008 minutes, is that men often reinforce this obsession without realizing it. 8:048 minutes, for seconds responding inconsistently, showing brief attention, creating micro moments of unpredictability. These actions trigger 8:118 minutes, 11 seconds, the same psychological mechanisms that make her fixate. Women's brains are wired to seek patterns and emotional payoff. When you give her glimpses of 8:208 minutes, 20-second connection, and then pull away, she doesn't leave. She stays. She obsesses. 8:268 minutes, 26 seconds she analyzes. And every tiny reaction you produce becomes another loop. 8:318 minutes, 31 seconds, another hook, another thread tying her thoughts to you. Even your silence has power. Men often think ignoring her 8:388 minutes, 38 seconds being distant is neutral. But for a woman who's secretly obsessed, your absence is a magnetic force. Her mind will fill the void with thoughts, 8:488 minutes, 48 seconds, memories, fantasies, and possibility all centered on you. That quiet, that space becomes a canvas for her fixation, 8:578 minutes, 57 seconds, making her attention even more intense, more persistent, and harder to shake. 9:029 minutes, 2 seconds. Now consider the subtle emotional cues she shows when you're around. Her body language shifts slightly. Her tone, 9:099 minutes, 9 seconds, softens. Her focus narrows. She's not just physically present. She's mentally entwined. She notices the smallest details. The way you drink your coffee, 9:199 minutes, 19 seconds. The way your eyes light up when you talk about your passions. These are the fingerprints of obsession. And if you're paying attention, you'll see patterns, 9:279 minutes, 27 seconds, that most men completely miss. Patterns that reveal how deeply your presence resonates with her. This is why understanding female psychology isn't just about decoding words or gestures. 9:389 minutes, 38 seconds. It's about seeing the invisible loops, 9:409 minutes, 40-second, the emotional patterns and the mental threads that tie her attention to you. 9:449 minutes, 44 seconds. Once you recognize how these triggers work, you'll understand not just that she's obsessed, but why her behavior shapes that obsession every single day. 9:539 minutes, 53 seconds. The most telling sign a woman is secretly obsessed isn't in her word sits, in how she positions herself in 10:0110 minutes, 1 second your world. She's not just thinking about you. She's weaving herself into your life in ways most men don't even notice. She shows up where you are, 10:10 minutes, 10-second, notices what you like, remembers what matters to you, and slowly becomes a fixture without ever announcing it. This isn't manipulation. It's subconscious, 10:19 minutes, 19 seconds obsession. And it's powerful because it operates quietly, invisibly, like gravity pulling you closer without effort. Have you noticed her appearing 10:28 10 minutes, 28 seconds in places you frequent? Not by coincidence, but with precision timing. 10:33 10 minutes, 33 seconds, and a subtle awareness that makes it seem natural. Maybe she's suddenly at your favorite cafe, commenting on a post where she knew you'd see her, or 10:40 10 minutes, 40 seconds attending events she just happened to find out about. She's creating repeated intersections between your life and hers. And here's the key. She does this 10:49 10 minutes, 49 seconds without overt pressure or obvious demands. That's the hallmark of obsession. She wants presence, not confrontation. She wants integration, 10 to 58 10 minutes, 58 seconds, not permission. Then there's the emotional positioning. She's not just physically nearby. She's aligning herself with your experiences. When you 11:0711 minutes, 7 seconds talk about challenges, victories, or dreams, she doesn't just listen. She internalizes them. She's cheering for 11:15 11 minutes, 15 seconds you quietly, supporting without overt statements, and making herself indispensable emotionally. It's the way she reacts when you express joy, 11 to 25 11 minutes, 25 seconds frustration, or even casual thoughts. Your attention is so finely tuned that she mirrors your emotional state, almost 11 to 32 11 minutes, 32 seconds instantly. That kind of presence is obsessive because it's selective and focused entirely on you. She also builds 11:40 11 minutes, 40-second shared narratives. The small things she references, inside jokes, past conversations, moments you barely 11:48 11 minutes, 48-second remember threads she's weaving into a story where she belongs. Every time she recalls something you forgot, it's not just memory. It's a reminder that she's 11:57 11 minutes, 57 seconds tracking, connecting, and quietly embedding herself into your mental map. 12:0112 minutes. 1 second. Men often dismiss this as friendliness or coincidence, but it's far more intentional than it seems. Her subconscious is constructing a place for 12:0912 minutes, 9 seconds herself in your life before you even realize it. Notice how she subtly stakes emotional territory. She's the first to 12:17 12 minutes, 17-second respond when you post something. The first to notice shifts in your energy. 12:21 12 minutes, 21 seconds. The one who seems attuned to moods or changes in plans before anyone else. These micro actions aren't random. 12:28 12 minutes, 28 seconds. They read signs of a mind obsessively engaged with yours, constantly scanning for ways to maintain connection and presence. And this isn't about control. 12:36 12 minutes, 36 seconds. It's about her internal attachment, her need to occupy space in your life mentally and emotionally. The most 12:43 12 minutes, 43 seconds revealing cue. She invests without expectation of immediate reward. She will do little things, remembering a song you mentioned, sending a meme she 12:52 12 minutes, 52-second knows will make you laugh, sharing articles or recommendations that resonate with your interests, not because she wants to impress you. 12:59 12 minutes, 59 seconds overtly, but because she's thinking about you constantly. Every thoughtful gesture, no matter how small, is a 13:0713 minutes, 7-second footprint of obsession. Once you start noticing these patterns, you'll realize she's not just casually interested. 13:14 13 minutes, 14 seconds. She's actively entwining herself in your life, subtly, deliberately, and persistently. And if you miss it, you 13:22 13 minutes, 22-second risk underestimating how powerful her fixation has become. One of the clearest signs a woman is secretly obsessed with 13:28 13 minutes, 28 seconds you, is how she tests your emotional presence without ever saying a word. She doesn't need to confront you directly, or 13:36 13 minutes, 36 seconds demand attention. She creates micro-tests to see if you notice her, if you care, if you respond in ways that 13:44 13 minutes, 44 seconds reinforce her connection to you. and most men miss it entirely because they're focused on overt signals. 13:51 minutes. 51 seconds unaware that the most revealing moments are in the invisible, almost imperceptible cues. Have you noticed how she asks questions that seem casual, but 14:0014 minutes are loaded with meaning? A simple, "Did you have a good day?" might be innocent on the surface, but the way she leans 14:0714 minutes, 7 seconds into your response, the timing of her follow up, even her tone, is a test. She wants to see if you're present. If 14:1514 minutes, 15 seconds you're emotionally engaged, if your attention can be captured and held. Every answer you give, every pause, 14:22 minutes, 22 seconds every nuance is being processed and stored in her mind as part of the obsession building process. Then there's the subtle tension she creates when you 14:30 minutes, 30-second pull away. If you're slow to respond, if your energy dips, or if you seem distracted, she doesn't lash out. She 14:38 minutes, 38 seconds subtly increases her efforts. She will find ways to re-enter your awareness, to reignite the emotional connection she's 14:45 minutes, 45 seconds craving. Maybe it's a text that's just intriguing enough to grab your attention. Maybe it's a comment or a presence in your social space that 14:53 minutes, 53 seconds reminds you she's there. This push-pull dynamic isn't accidental. It's her subconscious experimenting, observing 15:0015 minutes and intensifying her fixation on you. 15:0315 minutes, 3 seconds, and her memory is precise. She recalls details you barely mentioned or forgot entirely. Every anecdote, every 15:11 minutes, 11-second preference, every small interest you casually share becomes a thread she can use to connect, test, or engage. She's mapping your emotional patterns, 15:21 minutes, 21 seconds predicting responses, and preparing herself to maintain relevance in your life. Obsession is rarely overt. Most of 15:28 minutes, 28 seconds it is methodical, calculated subconsciously, and layered beneath a facade of normal interaction. Her body 15:35 minutes, 35 seconds language reinforces these tests without you realizing it. A slight tilt of the head, prolonged eye contact, subtle 15:42 minutes, 42-second proximity adjustments. These are all ways she gauges your engagement. When you react positively, it reinforces her 15:50 minutes, 50-second fixation. When you're indifferent, she recalibrates, finding new ways to elicit attention. Every interaction is data for 15:58 minutes, 58-second her mind, building a quiet but relentless attachment that most men misinterpret as casual interest. Even 16:0516 minutes, 5 seconds her silence can be a test. When she disappears briefly, it's rarely disinterested. It's a psychological experiment. How do you react when she's not there? Does she occupy your mind, 16:17 minutes, 17 seconds 7 for a moment? Does your attention shift toward her automatically? These are the invisible metrics she uses to measure her grip on your world, and her 16:26 minutes, 26 seconds obsession grows with every response you provide. Recognizing this is crucial. Obsession isn't always loud or dramatic. 16:33 minutes, 33 seconds it's subtle, persistent, and often invisible to the untrained eye. But once you start seeing the ways she tests you, 16:41 minutes, 41 seconds the ways she invests emotionally while assessing your availability, you begin to understand the real depth of her fixation. And when you see it, you realize that her behavior isn't casual. 16:52 minutes, 52 seconds it's deliberate, subconscious, and profoundly telling. By now, if you've been paying attention, you're starting 16:58 minutes, 58 seconds to notice the patterns. Obsession isn't loud. It's relentless. It's in the gestures she doesn't think about, the 17:0617 minutes, 6-second timing of her presence, the way she consistently orbits your life, without asking permission. And the final 17:14 minutes, 14 seconds unmistakable signs, they're impossible to ignore if you know what to look for. 17:19 17 minutes, 19 seconds first. She prioritizes you in ways that are almost invisible. She rearranges her schedule without saying it. She notices 17:27 17 minutes, 27 second shifts in your moods. She adapts herself emotionally to match your energy. These actions are subconscious, yes, but they 17:34 17 minutes, 34 seconds reveal a mind quietly devoted to your attention and approval. It's a subtle 17:39 17 minutes, 39 seconds, almost magnetic force that pulls her closer to you, even when she tells herself she's just being friendly. Then 17:47 17 minutes, 47 seconds, there's the intensity of her follow through. She doesn't just initiate contact, she remembers, she returns. She builds threads that connect your worlds. 17:56 17 minutes, 56 seconds, every laugh she prolongs, every small detail she recalls, every way she tries to subtly enter your spaces, they're all 18:03 minutes. 3-second signs that your presence occupies her thoughts constantly. Most men see these behaviors as normal social interaction, 18:10 18 minutes, 10 seconds, but in reality, they're markers of a deep, focused obsession that's been growing under the surface. Her emotional investment is another undeniable signal. 18:20 18 minutes, 20 seconds, she reacts strongly to your highs and lows, even when logically she has no reason to. She feels your absence. 18:27 18 minutes, 27 seconds, celebrates your victories quietly and notices every small nuance that most people would miss. Obsession isn't about 18:34 18 minutes, 34-second drama. It's about focus, intensity, and unspoken attachment that threads through her mind and actions without requiring 18:42 18 minutes, 42 seconds overt admission. And the final clue, she subtly signals her availability while testing boundaries. She wants to know if 18:49 18 minutes, 49 seconds Siri present, if you care, if you notice her efforts. These tests aren't about manipulation. They're about 18 to 56 18 minutes, 56 seconds emotional calibration, ensuring she's relevant in your world and mentally present in your life. When these patterns cluster together, when her 19:05 minutes, 5 seconds attention, presence, and emotional energy consistently align with you, there's no denying it. She's obsessed. 19:12 19 minutes, 12 seconds, here's the challenge for you. Think about her behavior toward you. Count the number of these patterns you recognize. 19:18 19 minutes, 18 seconds, how many times has she mirrored your energy? How often does she appear in your life without apparent reason? How much emotional bandwidth has she silently invested in you? Add them up. 19:29 19 minutes, 29 seconds, share your number in the comments below. 19:31 19 minutes, 31 seconds, if you saw 5 or more patterns, you're witnessing true obsession. If it's fewer, you may still be on the radar. 19:37 19 minutes, 37 seconds, but the potential is there. And here's what I want you to do next. Like this video if it resonated. Subscribe so you 19:44 19 minutes, 44 seconds, never miss these insights. And share it with a friend who needs to understand female psychology and the hidden dynamics of attraction.